Welcome to the Unraveling the Scriptures channel. The Solomon Islands, located in Oceania, consist of hundreds of islands in the South Pacific. One fascinating aspect of their population is the presence of a minority with blonde hair and dark skin. This contrast sparks great curiosity, leading many to try to understand the origin of these characteristics. The inhabitants of this ethnic group exhibit afro and blonde hair, a rare combination among African peoples, who typically have brown or black hair. In this video, I will delve into this intriguing population of Oceania. The mystery of the Melanesians, the black people with blonde hair. The Melanesian country of the Solomon Islands is home to a population with black skin and striking blonde hair. This characteristic draws the attention of other nations, such as Papua New Guinea, Vanuatu, and Fiji, which are also part of Melanesia. The term Melanesia derives from Greek and means islands of black people, similar to the word melanin. Speaking a bit about the Solomon Islands, they are an archipelago situated in the Pacific Ocean, east of Papua New Guinea and northwest of Vanuatu. Comprising over 900 islands, of which only about 347 are inhabited, the Solomon Islands have a rich cultural and natural diversity. The population of the Solomon Islands is composed of various ethnicities, including Melanesians, who form the majority ethnic group. Additionally, there are small communities of Polynesians and Micronesians. The main language is Pidgin, a Creole based on English, but there is also a wide variety of vernacular languages spoken throughout the archipelago. The history of the Solomon Islands is marked by a rich oral tradition and a culture that dates back thousands of years. Before the arrival of Europeans, the islands were inhabited by traditional societies based on agriculture, fishing, and inter-island trade. In 1568, the Spanish explorer Álvaro de Mendana was the first European to sight the Solomon Islands. However, it was only in the mid-19th century that European colonization began to have a significant impact on the islands. The Solomon Islands came under the rule of the United Kingdom and Germany during the colonial period. After World War II, the Solomon Islands became a British protectorate until finally achieving independence in 1978. According to the Bible and ancient Jewish traditions, Japheth is considered the ancestor of fair-skinned and blonde-haired peoples, suggesting that the population of the Solomon Islands may possess an ancestral gene from Japheth. This video will explore whether the gene responsible for the blonde hair of this population is the same as that found among Europeans. Initially, I will offer a biblical perspective on the origin of this people with blonde hair and dark skin. According to Jewish traditions in the Bible, Ham is recognized as the ancestor of dark-skinned peoples. The name Ham in Hebrew and Aramaic means, of the color of something burnt, that is, dark. This population of Oceania, specifically from the Solomon Islands, possesses a unique characteristic. About 10% of them have blonde hair, although the majority have dark hair. This peculiarity makes them special. Biblically, it is suggested that a Japhetic gene remained hidden in the DNA of this population of Hamitic origin, descendants of Ham, manifesting only in a minority. Several theories have emerged to explain the origin of these blonde hairs in people with dark skin. An ancient hypothesis suggested that this characteristic resulted from interbreeding with European explorers, such as blonde-haired Spaniards, who would have mixed with the native inhabitants. However, DNA tests conducted on this population revealed that this theory is not true. As far as we know, the gene responsible for blonde hair is more common in European countries, especially in Northern Europe. Nations such as Germany, Norway, Ireland, Russia, and Ukraine have a high incidence of people with blonde hair. Interestingly, all of these countries are inhabited by peoples of Japhetic origin, descendants of Japheth, the son of Noah, according to the Bible. According to Science magazine, about 10% of the inhabitants of the Solomon Islands have bright blonde afro hair, totaling more than 500,000 people. Several hypotheses have been formulated to explain this peculiarity. Some believe that the blonde Melanesians acquired hair color through diet, saltwater, or even sun exposure. Others speculated that the golden braids were the result of European genes introduced through interbreeding with European traders and sailors. However, this genetic mix was highly unusual over the years, and it was found that none of these ideas were correct. A study from Stanford University School of Medicine found that the characteristic of blonde hair in the Solomon Islands is due to a single native gene, very different from the one causing blonde hair in European peoples. This is revolutionary, as the Melanesians carry a gene similar to the European gene, but not the same one causing blonde hair in Europeans. The rest of the population of the Solomon Islands has dark hair. Interestingly, the people of the Solomon Islands have very similar physical characteristics to African peoples. The study also revealed that this gene is found exclusively in Melanesians. About 10% of the Melanesian population is the only dark-skinned population in the world to possess golden blonde hair. There are other black-skinned populations that have brown hair instead of blonde. Some African peoples have brown hair, ranging from light brown to dark brown, instead of black hair like other populations. The characteristic of blonde hair in Melanesians emerged long ago and has always been present among them, as stated by Iber Kane, Ph.D., co-author of the study, to Stanford Medicine magazine. According to the study, the gene is recessive, which means that individuals with blonde hair inherit it from both parents. Geneticist Sean Miles, assistant professor at the Nova Scotia Agricultural College in Canada, is one of the authors who arrived at conclusions similar to those of the Stanford study. Jonathan Friedlander, an anthropologist at Temple University, stated that the mutation likely occurred spontaneously in an individual and spread rapidly in the Solomon Islands due to the small local population. He explained that this gene was inherited from the ancestors of the islanders, reinforcing the idea that there is no creationist explanation for this characteristic. Friedlander noted that this recessive gene arose due to the divergence of humanity's primordial ancestors, showing that all peoples of the planet, regardless of their region, country, or continent, are descendants of the same ancestors. This reflects the idea that all peoples are brothers, stemming from the same ancestral couple, Adam and Eve, and later from Noah, his wife, their 3 sons, and their 3 daughters-in-law. The occurrence of this gene in a Hamitic population is further evidence that the Hamites are brothers of the Japhethites, as well as all other ethnicities in the world. Interestingly, there are African tribes that exhibit physical similarities with Asian peoples, such as the Chinese, displaying characteristics like slanted eyes. One example is the Khoisan in Africa, who resemble some peoples of the extreme East Asian. The Khoisan, also known as San, are an ethnic group that historically inhabited parts of southern Africa, mainly in the regions of the Kalahari Desert. They are known for their distinct languages, characterized by a high number of cliques, a unique linguistic phenomenon in the world. The Khoisan are considered some of the earliest inhabitants of southern Africa, with a history dating back thousands of years, and they resemble some peoples of extreme East Asia. In Melanesia, about 10% of the population has blonde hair, demonstrating the wide diversity found among the various black-skinned peoples around the world. Just as there is diversity in different cultures and traditions, black-skinned peoples present a wide range of skin tones, from light brown to dark brown and black, along with an impressive variety of physical characteristics. This diversity is inspiring and evidences the rich genetic heritage of Noah's descendants, who multiplied and intermingled after the flood. The truth is that Noah's descendants multiplied and intermingled soon after the flood, leading to the existence of people with both Hamitic and Japhetic ancestry. This resulted in groups with mixed heritage from Ham and Japheth. Despite this intermingling, they were still brothers, as Shem, Ham, and Japheth were siblings. These peoples still exist today. Countries like Brazil exemplify this mixture, being a place where Noah's descendants lived together and mixed. Brazil is one of the countries with great genetic diversity, including Hamitic, Japhetic, and Semitic genetics, resulting in a mixed population rich in cultural and ethnic variety. We can bring a video about the origin of the peoples of Brazil in our series, The Origin of Peoples According to the Bible. Leave your comments if you are interested in this video. Another country with a mixture of these ethnicities is the United States, due to its history of European colonization, African slavery, and immigration from various parts of the world. The United States has an extremely diverse population, especially in urban areas. The United States is a mosaic of cultures and ethnicities, reflecting a complex history of migration, colonization, and diversity. From early European settlements to contemporary immigration, the country has witnessed the interaction of numerous ethnic origins, resulting in one of the most diverse populations in the world. According to the study, about 5 to 10% of the inhabitants of the Solomon Islands are blonde and possess a specific genetics, identified by the TYRP1 gene. I thank everyone who watched the video so far. Please leave your likes and comments, sharing which of these views you believe in and any considerations you have. Put your suggestions in the comments about other peoples you would like to know about, both historically and biblically. God bless and see you soon.